It's Prime Day, which means I've got some very interesting stuff to show you. I don't know about you, but every Prime Day, every Black Friday, I tend to scour Amazon and I just end up buying memory cards. That's it. I kind of get a bit overwhelmed, even though I do this for a living, and just buy stuff that I probably don't need. I've got enough memory cards now. So it's quite refreshing to sit here and have a bunch of things in front of me, which they've been well researched, they've been properly thought about, and well, let's get into it. Some of this stuff you may have no interest in, but I can guarantee there's something that's going to pique your interest. Let's just get into it, because there are some crackers here. If you spend a huge amount of your time in meetings and taking notes, the iFLYTEK AINOTE 2 is definitely worth a look. It's an AI-powered e-ink note-taking tablet, which is why it looks like that. I've been using it for the last 6 months and it's so handy. The headline feature is definitely the real-time transcription, which I'm using all the time. I don't think any of us these days get through a meeting without relying on transcription, and the AINOTE 2 listens to the conversation and it types what's being said as it happens across 16 languages. And when the meeting's done, it's got ChatGPT-5 integration, which means it can condense the entire meeting into a much easier to read, structured summary with key points, follow-ups, all that sort of stuff, without you having to lift a finger. That transcription feature means you can just leave it there and let it do the work for you, which means rather than taking notes, you can actually pay attention to what's going on the screen. In terms of specs, I've got them in front of me here. It has a 10.65 inch display. It weighs 295 grams and it's 4.2 millimeters thin. So it's incredibly lightweight, and crucially, that does mean it's thinner than most notebooks, which is it's the point of having one of these. The screen is a custom matte e-ink display, and when you put the stylus on it, it feels and sounds like paper. And you get the added benefit of less glare, so I've got a huge key light in front of me, and as you can see, it's not particularly reflective at all. And if you're quick enough, you can save 20%. We'll put a link in the description, and also you'll get a free Sunrise Orange case worth $59. Go and click that link. It wouldn't be Prime Day without some phone cases, and I've got two from CASEKOO. We have the StandKOO Halo and the LinkLoo Halo, which I have my iPhone 17 Pro Max in at the moment. And this has something very unique. I've not seen this before on a phone case. I've seen loads of people using lanyards on their phones these days, and those straps that go around your, not around your waist, but around your shoulder, all that sort of thing. If you've got one of those phone cases, you'll know that often you have this kind of thing sticking out that you have to attach the lanyard to. That can be annoying if you don't have your strap or your lanyard attached. This has the same thing, but it's hidden, because if I do that, the clip-safe buckle reveals itself, which means I can take the included strap and attach it. One on there and the other one on there. There we go. And you can go full on hands-free mode, which is very handy if you're walking down the street and you're worried about your phone being snatched out of your hand, because it can't happen. However, you don't have to attach this. You could attach your keys, you could attach your AirPods, or even a card holder. And if you're wondering, yes, it is MagSafe compatible. Then we have the StandKOO case, which is like an indoor version of this. The difference is that it doesn't have the buckle, but it does have that. This is a feature that you get with most CASEKOO cases, and as soon as you start using this, you start thinking, why have I not had one of these before? It rotates 360 degrees, so you can put your phone portrait like that, you can put it landscape like that, so you can use it for FaceTime calls, for watching stuff, just for monitoring things next to your laptop. It's so handy. And again, it's MagSafe compatible. CASEKOO are just very good at making accessories that make your iPhone more useful, and if you buy one of these before the 26th of June, you can save up to 40%. Again, click that link down below. What else do people buy on Prime Day and Black Friday? They buy charging bricks or chargers, whatever you want to call them. This one is the Ugreen Nexode 100 watt charger, and it's, again, something you will not want to live without. In fact, it's one of my most used pieces of kit. Okay, it's not particularly sexy, it's a wall plug, but look at those connections. It's got 4 USB ports, 3 USB-C and 1 USB-A, and a total 100 watt output. That means you can charge a MacBook Pro, an iPhone, an iPad, and another accessory all at the same time at full speed, which is nuts. And it supports pretty much all of the fast charging protocols, which means whatever you plug into this, it's going to charge at full speed. The reason it can do this and remain so tiny and not particularly heavy is because it uses GaN technology. It also has a protection chip built into this which prevents short circuiting or overheating. So everything you plug into this is safe, which is well, it's reassuring. It's the best traveling companion I've had for a while because you just need one of them. You plug that in and you've got 4 things you can charge. And if you're quick, you can save 40% this Prime Day. Click that link. What else do people buy on Prime Day? I know. Portable chargers. This is the SHARGE ICEMAG 3 and it's one of the best wireless chargers I've ever used. It charges at 25 watt over Qi 2, which is 67% faster than the standard 15 watt wireless you've been getting from most power banks. And when you attach your phone, via MagSafe obviously, it doesn't get too hot. And the reason for that is that it has a 10,000 RPM fan cooling the back of your phone. I took this to California last week for WWDC and it was a lifesaver and potentially a phone saver. Certainly a hand saver because you get the point. It's a 10,000 milliamp hour battery as well, so the capacity goes on for ages. You can get multiple charges out of this, and there's a built-in USB-C cable which you can use for wired charging at 35 watts. And it clips like that, so you can use it as a carry. Wow, the magnets are strong. But yeah, you can use that as a kind of carry handle. It's airline approved as well, which is very important, but it also has a kickstand, which means you can do that. Or that, which is very handy for the, what's that called? The iOS bedside table thing. We'll put the name of it down here. But yeah, I've been using it for that as well because it's very, very handy. It just means you don't have to plug your phone in overnight. And you may have noticed it has this RGB light going on here and a very nice translucent design. If that's your thing, I think you'll quite like this. Again, the link is down below. Next up, I can finally bring it properly into shot. This is a projector from Awol Vision. And if this Prime Day you're thinking about ditching your traditional TV for a proper cinema setup, you need to check this out. I've been using the Awol Valerion Pro 2 for about a year now, and it's been fantastic. And right now it's down to about $2,199, which is $800 off the list price. And if you're quick enough, this is the lowest it's ever been. And okay, that's quite a lot of money, but for a projector like this, it's very heavy by the way, it's a bit of a bargain. Even their flagship projector, which is called the Awol Valerion Max, has $600 off. So if you've got an even bigger budget, check that out. So what makes this worth the money? Well, it has an RGB laser setup, which means you get colors from actual red, green, and blue light sources rather than a filtered white bulb, which is what a lot of the cheaper projectors do. So what you see on the screen is richer and more accurate. The blacks are very, very black on this. They're not washed out at all, and bright scenes pop very nicely. You don't always get that with projectors. Quite often they're a bit washed out and just not very inspiring. This is so sharp. And on that note, it's 4K and it can throw up to 300 inches while remaining pin sharp. It runs Google TV, which means it's very simple to set up, and it has all of your streaming apps built into it. And the input lag is 4 milliseconds at 1080p, which means you can use it for gaming. And you can get a full setup with this as well. They do a complete theatre bundle that includes the screen, the stand, and everything you need to get watching those great big movies or playing FIFA on a 300-inch display, which, trust me, is awesome. And those offers run out on the 26th of June, so you need to be quick. I have office chairs coming out of my ears in this studio, but there are 2 that I can't stop sitting in. They're by LiberNovo, and they are the Omni Pro and this one, which is the cheaper version, the Omni SE. What makes these chairs stand out is the Bionic FlexFit backrest. It's got 8 flexible panels and 16 ball joints. All very hard to say, but they all move when you start moving, which means you don't need to adjust much at all. It just kind of works with you and keeps you very, very comfortable and looks after your back. And that's because it actively shapes itself around the contours of your spine, and you can really feel it in a good way. And the Pro version, which is this one here, has active lumbar support. So there's a button just here, which I can press and I can feel it pushing into my back. Press the other one and it goes back in, a bit like a car seat, so you can get it just right. It's even got active seat ventilation. So if I press that button there, you probably can't hear it, but there's now air moving through the chair. It's really smart because it's a centrifugal, I can't say that word, it's a centrifugal fan which draws air through the breathable seat cushion, and then it has smart sensors that pause when you get up and go somewhere. So it stops, and then when I get back in the chair, it starts again. And if you're wondering, this is all done via a battery pack which you just charge via USB-C. And there's another button here which if I press it, it gives me a kind of lower back massage. It's also got 5 recline positions. So this one, which is upright for doing serious work. Then we have that one, which leans you back slightly. So if you're getting in the zone and vibe coding your next app, you can use that. We then have a slightly more relaxed one if you're on a Zoom call and talking to your team. And then it goes back a bit further if you're gaming. So if you've got a long gaming session going on, you can do that. And then my personal favorite, night-night, don't go anywhere, but yeah, just you can lean all the way back and fall asleep, which I won't do. On top of that, they've also got upgraded Danish Gabriel fabric, and the base is made from aluminium alloy, which means it's got a very premium look and feel. So the SE is the budget version and the Pro is the more expensive one. Go and check them out. Next up, we have 5 very random products which I use every single day, and I'm hoping for you come up on Prime Day. They may not, I have to give you that caveat, but fingers crossed they do. It is a random list. The first one is the Ugreen hub for the M4 Mac Mini. You plug that into the back of your M4 Mac Mini and it gives you a front-facing SD card slot, a front-facing micro SD card slot, 2 10 gigabits per second USB-A ports, 2 more on the back, a display port, a headphone jack, and a 10 gigabits per second USB-C port, and you can put a hard drive, not hard drive, you can put SSD storage in there. It's superb. And it has a little thing there, which means you can turn your Mac Mini on without picking it up, which I know is important to some people. Next up, we have the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is the best camera I think I've ever bought. Most of the stuff that I film out on the road is filmed with this. All of the Next Drive videos that we do with the cars are shot with this. And we now have the Pocket 4 and soon the Pocket 4P, which means I think you should get some very tasty deals on the Osmo Pocket 3 in Prime Day and potentially outside of Prime Day. So if you want to get into vlogging or if you just need a camera to shoot everyday life, get one of these. Also worth a mention for Prime Day are the INMO Go 3 smart glasses. At just 58 grams, they've got an invisible display, swappable magnetic batteries, and live translation in 78 languages. Then we have AirPods Pro 3 or AirPods Pro 2. They're the best earbuds on the market. The best noise cancelling, the best transparency mode. The sound I think is really good on the 2s and the 3s. In past Prime Days, we have had some very good deals on the AirPods Pro. It might be the first generation, it might be the second generation, it may not be the third generation, but if you need a pair of AirPods Pro, now is the time to buy them. Check out Amazon, there should be some very good deals on there. Next up, we have this, which I bet you can't guess what it is. It's a mouse. It's the Mobi Fold from Logitech, and I've never seen anything like this. It folds down like that, which means you can just chuck it in your bag. It turns itself on and off automatically. A 1-minute charge gives you 22 hours of battery life, but a full charge gives you 30 days, so you don't have to think about it. And the hinge, 15 years that's rated at. I won't test it. If you do loads of traveling and you don't like using a trackpad, get this. Next up, we have the Logitech MX Master 4 or the 3S or the 3, whichever one you find on Prime Day, just buy it because these are the best mice. I never know if it's mice or mouses, but they are the best on the market. They're a bit chunky for travel, which is why that's useful, but I could not work without this in the studio. The feel of them, the ergonomics, which is the same thing, the buttons, the customization, it's just brilliant. Guys, that is my entire Prime Day list. I think there'll be something in there for you. I'd love to know which of those things you're going to buy, and equally, what have I missed? Get involved in the comments. Let's make a great big comment thread full of Prime Day recommendations. Get involved, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, you know what to do.